Y'all, this hair is freaking bomb. So if you want to know how I got this color and made this wig, keep watching. Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you guys some new hair that I got in. It is by a company called Gem Beauty Hair on AliExpress. You got a little free gifts. I love flexi rods, so I'm glad that I got these kind. I actually got a 13 by 4 inch frontal, and I think that was in 18 inches. And then I got 3 bundles, a 20, a 22, and I think a 24, if I'm not mistaken. They're all really nice and long, very pretty. All the wefts were really nice, and the hair was very flowy. So the things you're going to need to dye this hair are as following on the screen. I can't even say them, they're moving so fast. Why did I do that? Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is mix up the bleach and developer. And I'm going to go ahead and bleach my knots because, girl, we can't be walking around here with some black knots on our hair. Like, that is not how scalp looks. So I just do this process. There are several videos on YouTube. Honestly, y'all, I mess it up every single time. No joke, and I have to go in and fix it later. But hey, I'm still trying and getting better. I think I did it really good this time. Like, I don't see any issues in the frontal, and I was like, oh my gosh, Tommie. I think I did it right one time, y'all. One time I did it perfectly, but every other time it's like, you tried it. But yeah, I always try. Like, yeah, this time it actually was really good also, so I was really shocked with myself. So now, guys, I'm just mixing up the bleaching developer for the hair. Now with this hair, honestly, there was no specific measurement that I used. I was just pouring and pouring. I know there's like 5 scoops of product in there, of powder, and then like 6 or 7 scoops of developer. Actually, I just started pouring the developer in there without even scooping it. So it's really, I wanted it to be liquidy just so I know I'd have enough. So yeah, I'm pretty much just bleaching the hair. Now, I noticed with this particular bleaching set, especially the blue powder, the kaleidoscope colors, basically you're not going to get like this product, once it gets to a certain level, it will not lift anymore. I actually lift the hair twice with this color, and it didn't change it any the second time I did this. And so yeah, I noticed, I was like, am I doing something wrong? Is it the hair? It's actually not the hair, because I went back on the ends of the hair with some BW white, and girl, it started lifting again. To be honest, this type of powder is mostly for like toning and like lightening to create cool tones, which I did want a cool tone color, but it's not gonna get you like boom platinum blonde or anything. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to go really light, this blue is not gonna get you there. I didn't understand at first, but now I get it. I honestly understand now. So as you can see, I pretty much I did different things with each bundle that you're seeing. So I did different ways. The first one, I did it all in one go. The second one, I did it in levels. And then the third one, I did it in very small pieces. So I don't know. I tried everything for this hair just to see which way was the better to apply. But it all turned out looking exactly the same. So thank God for that. Because I was doing so many different methods for like applying the bleach. But it all turned out looking exactly the same. I only included this little section here because, girl, I don't know how. I have no clue. Can you tell me how I fell? I really don't understand. Like, I honestly do not understand. Like, what went wrong there? I have no clue at all. But anyway, I don't know, y'all. I be going through it. But anyway, back to business. So I finished up this bundle, and you can see after I finish every bundle, I kind of comb the product in just to make sure it's all distributed properly, and then I wrap it up. The combing really helps, and this hair has so many highlights and colors in it, and it's just so beautiful, and I don't know what to say. It's just so pretty, y'all. I don't know what to say. It is so cute. So after every bundle was done, I did go back and apply a little more bleach and just to check the progress of it. So here is like a few days later. I ran out of product and I wanted to get the closure done. I mean the frontal done. So I'm just combing it out because you want it to be nice and combed out before you even start with the process. The first thing I did, you probably cannot tell, but I section off the back portion of the hair, and I'm putting a piece of aluminum foil on it. I'm doing this in 3 sections. I don't want to mess it up because this is the most important part. So I just mixed some basic white powder, powder bleach, And I use, I think, 3 scoops of bleach, and I use 4 scoops of Creme Developer. This isn't by Clairol, but it works exactly the same, and it's kind of thicker than Clairol, which I really liked. What I did for the frontal is I basically, first I only bleached the ends of the hair. I wanted the ends to be lighter than the top, so I went ahead and bleached this area first, and then I did the little streaks so it would fade nicely when I put the other color, when I put the more bleach on top of it. Like, you don't want harsh lines in your frontal or in your bundles or anything, especially if you're going to be doing changing the color or leaving your roots dark or something like that. You definitely want to make sure that you don't have that straight line of demarcation on it. It's me on this second section. You can see me going with my comb to kind of break up the straight line. You don't want that straight line, just looks so unsightly. After I finish all of the sections, I'll go back to the first section, and it's been about maybe at least 5 minutes. Like, that's only how much time has passed, and you can see how lightened the hair already has gotten. So you can see it's kind of like a caramel brownie color now. So I just go in and I finished up the hair by applying it on the rest of the frontal and just combing it out just so that the product distributed properly. And then I go ahead and wrap it back up and repeat the same to the other 2 sections. So I go in and I assess the color again, and I decided I'll put a little bit more on the bundles just because when the product basically gets really dry, it's not going to work anymore. So I just put a little bit more product on the bundle, not the bundles, but on the lace closure, just so I could make sure that it was you know, with the process for another like 5 to 10, 15 minutes. So now these are the bundles that I colored. The color is really pretty on it, like I said, but I did want the ends to be a little bit lighter, so I used the basic white powder bleach, and I put that mixture onto the ends of this hair. Okay guys, so moving on to actually creating the wig, I like to use Spandex Dome Caps. They come in many colors, but the black is just the best. So to actually construct the wig, I am referencing a video by Tiarra Monet, and she has this great video on how to sew down the lace frontal correctly. So basically I was showing you the back because the back is really tight against the back of the wig cap. Instead of trying to make the front of the closure really flat, I'm making the back of the frontal very flat instead, and this will give you a much better lay. Everything's gonna be great. You're not gonna have like pudges and stuff between the frontal and the front, and your parts are gonna be really flat. So yeah, I'm just referencing her video, so I will link it in the description box because it helped me a lot. And the first time I made a frontal wig, I did have that issue where I had some lumpy spots in my parts and stuff, and I really didn't know why, but her method really helps. I also just wanted to say that I only sewed the back part of the frontal on the ribbon of the frontal. So once you watch her video, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. She explains it much better than I can. But I just go ahead and I start sewing on the tracks in the back. I always knot the front of the track and the end of the track. I do that all throughout the bundles, so I always do it every time I start a new row. I do the same thing. And I use the fold over method, so I never really cut wefts unless it's like I definitely have to cut the weft. But other than that, fold over method all day. I did the fold over method until the exact end of the wig making process. First starter track, I go through the weft, but then when I'm sewing the actual track across, I go over and under it, and then when I get to the end, I do another knot through the weft. Also, T-pins really help in like placing the track. Before T-pins, I don't know what I was doing. It would take me forever, but T-pins really help hold the track in place and, you know, make sure that you know exactly where you want to stop that track or whatever. So you can also get some T-pins. They sell them at the beauty supply store very cheap. I think maybe $1 or $2. I also think it's important to have multiple needles on hand. When you run out of one, you can always just grab another. I think at least 3 would do, like just so that the process is super quick. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time threading and, you know, rethreading the needles, one needle so many times when you can, you know, keep going with 3 and then rethread those at one time. So that way it just cuts down time. Okay guys, we're here at the last track, so I'm putting it right against the frontal. You want to make sure that this track is like right there at the back of the frontal, so make sure that you pin it down good, that you can locate your thread, because I was a little lost right there. But I actually kind of sew on that little band of the frontal now, so I'm going like kind of through that little band of the frontal along with the track with it, so that way they become one. Like, I guess they're married now, so yeah. And that's all, folks. You cut the little extra thread that's attached to it, and you cut the track, and you're done. Okay guys, so this is the hair after me flat ironing it and cutting it a little bit. I only get a little bit of shedding right now, but I will definitely get a review up in the next week and tell you guys all about it, all the specs and everything. But like I said, this is Gem Beauty Hair on AliExpress. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below and I will be sure to answer them for you guys. So as always, thank you all for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!